Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be fixing the Range Rover Vogue L322's rear window regulators. Now I've seen a couple of videos online but they're literally 15 years old, so I wanted to redo it, show you guys how it's done. It's going to be an interesting take because there's a few things that you feel like you don't have to do, but I'm going to see if you can get away with it. So let's get right into the video.
So guys, right now we're going to do the right rear door. As you can see, being held together by cardboard bits and bobs. So what we are going to do is remove these, and I've already done the other side. I actually recorded that one, but footage got corrupted. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on this side. Now that I know how to do it, it's actually quite not too bad, but it's a bit of a faff. So door card off, disconnect everything. Then what we need to do is actually take all this trim off, because that's the only way we can get the weatherproofing seal off to be able to get the window out. And then obviously before we get the window out, we need to undo the windows and then get the motor out. So let's get started. So to begin with, there are a few screws here. So we've got one here, under the Land Rover badge, and then two here. And then it's just prying off with the trim removal kit. So let's get started with that. So hopefully you guys can hear me. So the one in behind the door handle is always the longest one. Then let's take these two off back down here. Looks like someone's tried to take this off before, and then they put the screw in first. Okay, now I know why it's such a problem. Next up, try and get it from the top, because you got that coming off. Yep, okay, at least the screw's in there for now. There we go, another one out. Now the other one's stuck in there, so I can't do much, but don't need the trim removal tool at this point. What I would do still is just coming up there and just pulling it off. Go. Right. Okay, well the door handle came off already. Let's hope not. Let's hope it doesn't mean it's broken. Remove these clips. So there's a number of clips. So there's two speaker clips. We've got to undo that. Go. There's also one with the light at the bottom. There we go. Also the window switch. So got all that off. Let's throw it in here. So as you can see now, we're left with this black thing. Now you've got to be careful with it. Someone's, as I mentioned, someone's already been in here, which is why they've done such an awful job. But we're going to take this off. They're really sticky. Careful, I've got it all over the leather on the other side. So just start prying it slowly. Mind your hands on it. You do have to take the whole thing off, so put the cable through it as well, of course. But we also have a connector here, which actually goes into the trim. So you want to pull that out as well. You should just pull out. There we go. That way we can remove like so. There we go. So you guys want to be really careful with all this stuff. It's really sticky, gets everywhere. So I'd recommend not putting it in your car like I did, because I got it all over the seat and everything. So I'm just going to put it, well, I have nowhere else to put it. So I'm going to put it in the car, but I'm going to put it carefully. You guys can probably see what's happened here already. So guys, as you can see, someone's already putting a piece of wood in there, which shouldn't be there. This is supposed to have come off. It's not come off in there. This is our culprit. The window has fallen down because I forgot to support it. Hopefully it's not broken. But what we have to do next is actually remove this trim here. It's really tricky, so you've got to make sure that you get into underneath here with a little flathead screwdriver, get in, pull it out, and then you should be able to pull it out with your hands. Then once we do that, we've got to remove all of this plastic here, including this. This is really hard on stuck on, but I'll show you guys how to remove it, and then I'll show you the next step. But yeah, these are the small flat screwdriver. What you need to do is just jam it in there, try and undo it, get your hand in there. Really try and pry it off. It's going to make scary noises, don't worry guys. There we go. Now it's not broken. As you can see, some clips have stayed on, which is absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull here. There's a tab usually here. You've got it on this side, but all you have to do is pull it outwards, like this, so outwards, and it will come loose. This bit is going to be harder, so you really have to force your way in there. There we go. I've injured myself, but you've got to force your way in here, and you will see a couple of stickers on top of this. Before we get on, pull this side loose as well. There we go. Whole thing comes off. As I mentioned, there is a little tab here. This is, I believe, to measure where the window should stop when it hits the top. So removing this. Under here, because what we have to do also is remove the other side of it as well. So the other side of this. So under here you will find some clips, but also torque screws again. So these are the same torque screws as we used before. So what we'll do is undo them. There's 3 of them. There's one here, and then one at the top, which you'll only be able to get off once you take the trimming off. Once you've got all that done, you should be able to, on the other side, pull this out a little bit. Should be able to pull it out, push it down, and then pull it up. The weather stripping will come out, but there you go. So this is what happens. You pull it up and out, okay? So you got your outside bit off. So now we need to take the window out, which is a slightly bigger torque screw. Does look like some moisture's gone through. It's a little bit of surface rust on there, but nothing to worry about. This is where we can take the window out. Make sure you go from the other side. Careful with the window. Taking it out. There we go. What we're also going to do is give this window a clean. This is where the window screw is. Make sure you keep the little washer bit on there as well, because that has to hold the window. And then from here, you have 3 screws that you need to undo. One is, as you can see right there. That's one of them. The other one is that one. And then the last one is going to be behind this piece of wood. Good. There. And you can see why this has stopped working. So let's get onto that. Should be the right one. So do this one first. We'll loosen them, we'll not fully undo them. Oh, before we take it out, you've got to take out the motor, right? Which is just again, use your little one, unclip it. Little flathead, I should say. Unclip it, press it out properly. There we go. Job done on this. Just so you guys can see the difference, this is the broken one, springs all gone, you know. God knows what happened here. This is the brand new second-hand one. This is how it's supposed to be, all going round, all perfect. We're going to plug this in. Now we're going to do everything in reverse. So let's get cracking. Starting by just plugging it in. Throwing it in here. Just going to put this one in first, just to hold it at the bottom. Just hand tighten it. There we go. Done. To talk to you about the glass. So normally on the other one, what I had to do was I had to move the regulator down, so where the actual piece is. So if I show you here, so what I had to do was actually move this down, and what I did was I literally took the switch off the door handle. It's very easy to do. It's a BMW part, by the way. So I took the switch off, moved it down, so it was easy to get to, easy to fix onto, and then go on. For me right now, I can see the window hole is here, so I may not need to do that. So I'm going to give it a go this way. If it works, brilliant, then I don't have to do any of that stuff. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to do that stuff and show you how it's done. So let's get the window in now. Next step, let's get the window in, see if we can do it the way I'm hoping we can do it. I have a feeling it might not work. Yeah, this is not going to work. The window is on the full up position, so that means we are not going to be able to do that. What you're going to do is grab your window switch, pull it out. As you can see, and if you guys can see that label there, it's a BMW part. So what we're going to do, just to make our lives a bit easier, is we're going to connect up the window switch and also test if it's actually working now. So let's give that a go. There we go. All working perfect. Actually, I just realized you don't even need to access this. You can just do it from the front window, so you can leave this in. Got it all the way down now. So now let's put the mirror in, the window in, and see where we can go. There we go. So as you can see right here, you need to align this to the hole here, and it will sit in this plastic piece. So we've got that. So what we're going to do is screw this on, but we're not going to tighten it fully because we will need to move. We will need to be able to move the window back and forth a little bit. There we go. Just going to leave it loose. We need to be able to move the window forward, back and forth a little bit, just so we can put everything back in reverse. So next thing, we're going to put this in first, and we're going to tighten it up at the top bolt so it stays a little bit. Again, not fully. Then we're going to put the weather strip in. So let's start with that. So I had to move the mirror a little bit, but there we go. On top, you won't be able to see it right now, but it lines up. So let's get our bolt in there. Now to put the weather stripping in. That's done. Next up, gotta get these in. Such a shame that he didn't fix it properly in the first place. Now what you want to do, put this trim back on. Yes, I was thinking whether this one goes on first, but put this trim back on. Make sure it covers everything properly. Now that's on. Let's get this back on. Just make sure that all of the clips are hanging properly as well. There we go. And next up, put this bloody thing on here. Next up, let's get the door card back on. But before we put the door card on, let's put our window switch back in. It's very simple. Push it through. I super keyed that on. Clearly not a very good job.
So I've come inside really quickly to redo the outro as I've accidentally snapped my microphone off, and now I need to buy a new one and you can't hear me from outside. So hopefully you guys found it really helpful. It's not actually a difficult job to do at all. Taking the trims off is the biggest pain in the arse, but hey, it is what it is. In terms of costs, now it's an interesting cost breakdown as the word I'm looking for. So on the right rear window regulator, they're a lot more common. Literally cost me £22 to buy one, used of course. On the left side, however, it's a lot more expensive. It was £70 off eBay. I don't know why, they just seem more rare. Maybe the left one goes more than the right one, but hey ho. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do leave a comment to say, let me know if that's helped you with your Range Rover issues. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe for more content as well, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.